Hello everyone, my name is Amar Wandi and today I'm going to explain about the three stages of computer-assisted language learning and the advantages and disadvantages of using technology in language learning, and also introduce some new vocabularies related to technology, and the last one is example implementation of learning using technology. This video is made for my assignment, and I hope it will help you understand how technology plays an important role in language learning today. Let's get started. Computer-assisted language learning, or CALL, has developed through three main stages: behavioristic CALL, communicative CALL, and integrative CALL. Number one is behavioristic CALL. This first stage appeared around the 1970 to 1918. It was based on behaviorist learning theory, which meant learning through repetition and habit formation. Students practice language by repeating sentences or doing drills, just like training responses. For example, the computer might display a sentence like the cat blah 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 on the mat, and you have to choose between sit or sat. If your answer is correct, the computer says good job, and if not, it asks you to try again. So the main goal was accuracy and repetition. Number two, communicative call. The second stage, during the 1980 until 1990, focused on using language for real communication, not just drill. It was influenced by the communicative approach in language teaching. In this stage, technology allows learners to interact more freely with the computer. For example, there were simple simulation programs or role-play games where students could order food in a virtual restaurant or chat with a computer program like Eliza. The purpose was to make language learning meaningful and contextual. And number three is integrative call. The third stage, starting from the 1990 until today, is called integrative call. Here, technology integrates multimedia and the internet into the learning process. Students can learn using videos, audio, games, and online communication. For example, using Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, or even Google Classroom help learners practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing all in one platform. We can even communicate directly with native speakers through video call or virtual classroom. So the stage focuses on real-life communication and integration of all language. Now, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of using technology in the language learning process. The advantages: number one, access to authentic materials. We can read a real article, watch YouTube videos, or listen to podcasts in the target language. Number two, global communication. Technology allows us to talk to native speakers from other countries easily. Number three, motivation and engagement. Learning become more interesting through games, quizzes, and apps. Number four, self-paced learning. We can study anytime and anywhere. And last, number five is instant feedback. Application correct our mistake right away. And for the disadvantages, number one is distraction. Some we get distracted by social media or entertainment. The next is cost and access. Not all students have good internet connection or device. Number 3, lack of human interaction. Relying too much on technology can reduce real speaking practice. Number 4, technical problem, such as app crashes or low battery. And the last, number 5, is unreliable sources. Not all online materials are accurate or educational. So, even though technology is very helpful, we still need balance between online and real working learning. Okay, now let's learn 7 new words related to technology. Number 1 is algorithm, a set of steps that computer follows to solve a problem. For example, Google uses algorithm to show search result. Number 2, bandwidth, the amount of data that can be sent over an internet connection. For example, video calls need high bandwidth. Number 3, artificial intelligence or AI, the machine that can think and learn like human. For example, Duolingo uses AI to personalize lesson. Number 4, cloud computing, using online server to store data. Uh, for example, Google Drive store our file using cloud computing. Number 5, interface, the part of a program where user interact with the system. For example, the app's interface is user-friendly. Number 6, virtual reality, a computer-generated environment that feels real. For example, students can practice speaking in VR classroom. And the last is database, a structured collection of data stored on a computer. For example, online dictionaries use database to store words and meanings. Each of those words is connected to how technology helps modern education, especially language learning. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we can make learning English more interested by using Canva. And the topic that I have choose for this lesson is daily activities. In this video, I will explain how to introduce the topic, how to use Canva to create interactive learning material, and at the end, I'll give you some fun exercise to try. Let's start with our topic, daily activities. This topic is very useful because it helps students talk about what they do every day in English. For example, I wake up at 6 o'clock, I brush my teeth, I go to school, I do my homework. By learning this topic, students can describe their routines and also practice using the simple present tense correctly. Now, let's talk about the media I use, Canva. Canva is an online platform that allows teachers and students to create presentation, posters, videos, or interactive slides easily. It's very popular because it's simple, creative, and fun to use. No design skills needed. You can access Canva by going to www.canva.com or by downloading the Canva app on your smartphone. Just sync up using your Google account and you can start designing right away. For this topic, I create an interactive slideshow in Canva titled My Daily Activities. Here's how I design it. Slide 1, title page. It says My Daily Activities with a fun background showing people doing morning routines. And slide 2, I added pictures and words like wake up, take a shower, have breakfast, go to school, do homework, and sleep. Each word has an image so student can easily remember it. Slide 3. And the next is practice session. This slide includes a mini quiz. Students must match pictures with the correct phrases. For instance, match the picture of brushing teeth with the phrase I brush my teeth. After I finish designing, I share the material using a Canva link. Students just need to click the link, no need to log in or download anything. They can view the slides online, play the mini quiz directly, and even leave comment or reaction if I enable that feature. So it's super easy to use and accessible for everyone. Okay, to warm up, today we learn how to make English learning fun using Canva. We talk about topic daily activities, create a visual, and practice with some simple exercise. Using technology like Canva helps students feel more creative, motivated, and confident in learning English. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to try creating your own Canva slide for your next lesson. See you and happy learning. Goodbye.